going to take you through my skincare as I review the book I last read. I just read The Seven Husbands. Oh, I can't see my MacBook. I just read The Seven Husbands of Evelyn Hugo, which is a really popular one. And I'm going to do my skincare at the same time. I'm re-entering my YouTube era because, to be honest, that era kind of slapped. I can talk for days. I can talk about anything, and I will talk about anything. By the way, I've already washed my face, so... Seven Husbands of Evelyn Hugo follows like two central characters pretty much. Evelyn, who's a famous movie star, and Monique, who's a journalist trying to work her way up the journalism industry, I guess, and she works for this company called Vivant. Basically, Monique's been approached to interview Evelyn about, I don't know, something, her life, and Monique's like, hell yeah, I want to move up in the industry, like, absolutely. Evelyn is sort of introduced to us as this sort of arrogant, sort of self-assured movie star. Back in the day, old Hollywood movie star. You can already kind of see how the two perspectives are going to work, like Monique real time and then Evelyn retelling her story from her perspective. Yeah, you get it. Evelyn is quite famous for not just her movies, but the fact that she's had 7 husbands, hence the title of the book. Everyone wants to know what the heck is up with that. So the book kind of follows through Evelyn's timeline of her career, but also her husband's, which is what everyone wants to know, which is a really interesting sort of concept for a book. I actually personally really love that concept. We connect her experiences, I guess we're meant to connect her experiences to what is happening to Monique in her personal life with her own divorce and all that sort of mumbo jumbo. We also find out that Evelyn specifically wants Monique to interview her, and you'll find out why. So first off, I really loved Evelyn. Evelyn was an amazing character. I liken her to Jo in You, not the whole killing, murdering thing, but in the sense that I can feel like she does no wrong. Like, we hear it from her perspective and I'm like, yeah, I can see her thinking behind those actions, you know. So like, I just love her. I think her interactions and encounters with the people around her are amazing. She's so real, you know. Even her coldest and harshest moments, I'm like, yeah, I justify that. She does deal with the struggles of being closeted, which you know, sort of drives the force behind lots of her decisions. And I just loved her love for Celia was just so passionate and loving, and it was honest, and as a reader I felt the love and the hurt that they felt. I really loved Harry and Evelyn were like an amazing duo. Like, they were truly one of the funnest parts of the book. Yeah, so I loved it. I loved Evelyn's story, and I felt the pacing was great, and it was really great to see the unfolding of all her marriages and the reason behind all her marriage and why she got married 7 times. Like, go queen, get a girl. The character that fell flat for me was Monique. I'm not really sure what it is. I just couldn't really get into her struggles and her personal life. I put it down to maybe the fact that the only person we saw her interact with most of the time was Evelyn, and Evelyn's already got her own story. You want to know more about Evelyn, and so we don't have anyone else to sort of interact with Monique. It's like, well, what's the point? Why do I care? She has all these personal struggles, sure, but she kind of just thinks about them, and it's like, okay. Like, even when the plot twist hit, and it was intending to hit for Monique, it didn't really, like, I didn't care. I don't know, I didn't care. I cared about everything that happened to Evelyn, but I didn't really care about anything that happened to Monique. Obviously this point that was meant to be like Monique taking back the story and taking back her moment, and like even the ending was Monique being like, okay, yeah, I'm in control here. But it's like, I don't really care. Just tell me about Evelyn. Like, I feel like I could almost just read Evelyn's perspective as its own book, and like it would make sense, and I'd probably enjoy it just as much. But maybe I just didn't read it well, and maybe I should have read into it a bit more, and probably should have tried to understand Monique a bit more. So I would probably read it again. I rated it a 3 out of 5. Like, I would read it again, but I'm like, I love Evelyn. Monique was okay. Loved Harry. Celia was great. It was an enjoyable read. Like, it was a great read. My second read for 2024. It was great. I am pretty much done. So yeah, for 2024 I kind of just want to do some more casual vlogging and like documenting my life. I feel like my private Instagram is just not enough, so I'm just gonna get into it. I want to do more book reviews. I want to do some vlogging about my life and what I do, and maybe work and the show that is coming up later this year that I'm doing. But yeah, stay tuned, I guess. I'm doing a vlog.